everyone. Today we're going to look at paragraphs. We're going to look at some of the examples of paragraphs that were written in Lesson 8 for the video task about the office tower of the 21st century. So the question was, what would you like to see in the office tower of the 21st century? What would you add to make the building both environmentally friendly and worker friendly? And here you're asked to write a paragraph, 6 to 8 sentences, and to begin with a topic sentence that has your main idea, use supporting information, and a concluding sentence. And also you need to use transition words, connectors, to link your ideas. So let's take a look at some examples of what was written. Here's the first one. Well, first of all, I can see it doesn't even look like a paragraph, because in a paragraph, the sentences need to follow each other. And to do that, we don't have each sentence on a new line. What we need to do is have the sentences follow one another. And I can make that happen quite easily. Here it just happened, but we've got it this way. So I can now see, okay, it looks like a paragraph. And I want to read it. I would like to see the high office tower. Well, what about it? I think as far as the building would be higher, so they take up less space and be more space for nature. Okay, I see where that person is going, that they feel it's important that they be very, very tall so that we can have more space for nature. In addition, you can see green residential neighborhoods today. We can use this technology for office buildings. So I really don't see the connection between this sentence and what this has to do with this. So the beginning of some good ideas, but what we need here is, again, more information, that 3 to 8 sentences, in order to better explain what it's about. Let's take a look at another one. Again, the same issue. We want the sentences to follow one another. I can see 1, 2, and then there's a sentence here, 3, 4. Some begin on a new line, some don't. Why? Why is it beginning with a paragraph? What I want to see in the office tower, if it's a question, what do I want? But topic sentences are not questions because it has the main idea, and a main idea makes a claim. So let's take a look what happens when we put it together so it starts to look like a paragraph. And my eyes are happier. So here, as we said before, we've got a problem with the topic sentence and the main idea. All that we can see very well and expertly built, but I would add a couple of points. Well, all up to from here, this whole part is really not very clear. What are they saying? So now I see firstly and second. Firstly, parking for charging electric vehicles. It would add to a reduction in car use and increase staff mobility. I don't see the connection between this and this. Why will charging lead to reduction in car use? Second, open area with trees and flowers. This will positively affect the air and help relax them. Well, who's them? Which will increase the efficiency of labor. So yes, we've got two really good ideas, but we've got a problem here. What's the main idea of this paragraph, and how are these ideas connected? Let's take a look at another one. And here again, what do we see? We see it looks like a paragraph, so already my eye is much, much happier. What a building need to be both environmentally friendly and worker friendly. We've got an incomplete sentence. What we need here is, and then an idea. It's an incomplete sentence. And here doesn't begin with a capital letter. First of all, I, so we've got here And here, the word I is always capitalized. I don't think it's an imposing ideas. Aha. So then I go back and say, wait a second. Here what he's saying is a building needs to be both environment and worker friendly. Okay. So here we can see that it was only until I got to here that I began to understand what the main idea was. That they're not opposing ideas. It's actually two things that have to come together. Good main idea. An ideal office has to be well designed. One side of this design, new sentence. So again, this should be a full stop. And here we need a capital letter to begin a sentence. This design is the work of the designer inside the office. Okay, but the other side is how we use the view around us to be part of the office. I'm not quite sure what they mean by view around us. What does this mean? I'm not sure. While we use the view to be part of the office, we also use the sunlight to light the working space and to make a good feeling for sure. So, yeah, I think I got an idea of what you're saying, but some of the mistakes make it unclear. Another thing that influences on a worker mode is fresh air. In old buildings, employees go, where do they go? They go to breaks. They go outside for break, outside of the building for breaks to get some fresh air. While someone working in an area with some fresh air came from the outside, it makes his performance at work better. So I understand what you're saying, but what are we missing here? We're missing some kind of concluding sentence to sum up the paragraph. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. And here, what do we see? We see it looks like a paragraph. Let's see what it does. I think I would like to see in the office tower of the 21st century several things that I think today every building should have. Very nice. We've got a topic sentence. Okay? But then, what's this? Is this start with solar plates? In other words, we're missing something. We should start with solar plates to absorb sunlight and convert it to electricity. Solar plates will reduce fossil fuel electricity base and also reduces electricity costs. In addition, the structure materials should be insulating for maintaining heat, not hit, on cold weather times and coolness in hot weather. Furthermore, the building should have frugal electrical appliances like fluorescent lamps. To sum up, today architects should have in mind, planning minimum energy consumption and make people a comfortable and pleasant environment to work in. So we have a good paragraph here. And what I like is the attempt to link the ideas. In addition, furthermore, to sum up, all of this helps us to see the connection between the ideas, where it's going. And it starts with a clear and logical topic sentence. And again, what do we have here? Again, I don't know what and where anything begins and ends. It's a list of sentences. I would like to see in the office of the 21st century new design to make the working area greener. Okay. New sentence, capital letter. When I say greener, mean. In the inside of the building must have place for recycle everything the employees put. Again, what is this? Oh, sorry, that was I mean. The trash can be food, plastics. Look here. This confuses the eye. Is this the beginning of the sentence? Why is plastics with a capital letter here? It's confusing. These buildings usually have a lot of people who can make the world cleaner without them ever notice. Okay, I see the connection between here and here, but use a connector to do that. Also, this is more of a concluding idea and should go here, because this, by placing recycling tanks or bins in every office, every floor, continues that whole idea of making it greener inside. So here again, these buildings, and then an attempt for some kind of summing up. Environmental change starts in humans themselves. That environmental change will not happen by itself. And that summarizes and almost repeats a lot of the ideas that are in here. So here we have a very nice concluding sentence. And finally, let's take a look at one more. Today, all of the employees have an environmentally to work. Okay, not quite sure what this means. Everyone wants the ideal environment to do their jobs. Until now, again, capital letter, beginning of a sentence. Office towers were built only for work and to impress. Okay, what do I need here? I need here an example. Give me an example. That's what I need here. That it's going to be that it was built for work. Now, in the 21st century, office towers are being built to be good to work in and not just good to look at. Again, beginning of a sentence, we need a capital letter. For example, SAS company, the building with a lot of benefits. We've got an example here that supports that idea, etc., etc. This is a well organized because here we have that end. All of that makes the best place to work because it increases. Why is there a capital letter here? It confuses the eye. Increases employees' productivity, and the environment is environmentally sustainable. So this is a pretty good paragraph. It needs an example here, and it needs a clearer topic sentence. Now I want to take a look at some of the things. If we look, we see these lines. We see a red line here, and a blue line here, and a green line here. What do they mean? Well, the red line tells me there's a spelling mistake. If I right-click my mouse, and I say, oops, it corrects it. Here were a word mistake. Built here shows me there's some kind of format. Here, again, it shows me there's a mistake here that I need a capital letter. So let's sum up a couple of different things. So what do we need in our paragraph? We start with here with a topic sentence. This has the main idea. And then I continue. The next sentence says, continue with supporting ideas. Give me examples. Give me facts. Write a story. In other words, prove your main idea. And then we go to our concluding idea. Concluding sentence. That, what does it do? It sums up the paragraph and gives it a nice end. So when you're reading, the last thing you do is